Good morning. It's me, Pearl of Pearl and the Prayers, and this is Tuned In Tarot. And I'm about to take a look at the balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies inside of ourselves. Understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see it reflected back to us in our outside world. So we can learn things about people in our real life, but really, we're just seeing our own energy, and we need to shift our own energy if we want to see changes around us. I just released the March check in for Patreon subscribers at the $3 level. If you're interested in that, there's a link in the description below. It was a good check in for the month, and it gives us a lot of um, opportunity to set intentions for how we're going to go forward to shift our energy so that we can have a good time. I guess that's what we're doing. All right. So both sides have the same amount of cards showing. I think we'll let Divine Masculine go first today. I think he's been going second a bit. So both are overthinking, both are overfeeling. It's that kind of a day. So let's dig in and see what is going on. Top of the deck, overall headspace, forefront of the mind for this Divine Masculine energy is the High Priestess. So this is good. This is an upright High Priestess, not in its reversal like it was when we saw it before. And we are seeing trusting the intuition. We are seeing divine feminine at the forefront of his mind too, because he associates divine feminine energy with this High Priestess. She is psychic. She is intuitive. She is a bit intimidating. She is difficult to hide things from. She sees right through you, kind of an energy. So it's definitely carrying that sort of an energy with it this morning. And he's thinking about how he has learned from this High Priestess energy and has started to integrate it and really just trust his intuition. He also the other day was feeling like divine feminine doesn't trust me. She doesn't trust me. And then finding out that that's about him not trusting himself, he started to realize that as he trusts himself, divine feminine will trust him too. So she's starting to seem like maybe she trusts him a little bit. And it's because he's starting to trust himself a little bit. So that's at the forefront of his mind. In the back of his mind is the Two of Pentacles in its reversal. So we're seeing that at one point there was this imbalance, there was this juggling of pretty serious, heavy responsibilities, quite a lot of them. And it kept him sort of in this place where he had to make this decision about exactly how to proceed in the real world with the things that he really wanted in balance in his life, family, home, career, etc. It's also about the exchange that's been going on between divine masculine and feminine. It's back and forth energy. He does something, she does something. And the imbalance there that has made it difficult for them to come into union because they're, it's like they're always on the opposite spectrum, it feels like for him. He's like, I give, and then she isn't ready to receive. And then she gives, and then I'm not ready to receive. But that's changed. We're seeing that constant back and forth energy has changed, and there's a different feeling that's coming from the reciprocal energy between the two of them. And with him trusting his intuition at the forefront of his mind, he's made some kind of a choice or a decision, which we can see as we're going forward in this headspace. And that decision it feels really in alignment with what his heart has really desired. And of course, there's a divine feminine in this image too, as if we've seen the choice of who he's chosen. And in fact, that's the first thing on his mind. The divine feminine in her Queen of Swords energy. Now, she has this hand here right in front of her womb, this protective kind of a gesture, very subtle, but it's just sort of like, I have to protect what I've created, right? So divine feminine has this feeling too. I have to protect what I've created, and I have to protect like what I have nurtured. So there might be children involved, but there's something about protecting what is precious as well. He also is thinking of divine feminine right now. She is a bit intimidating, right? Because we've got high priestess and queen of swords. Those are the two most intimidating versions of the divine feminine. So he is feeling like that the nerves associated with having to present himself in front of such a discerning and clever divine feminine, and he wants to be worthy of her, and he doesn't want her to defend herself against him. He wants her to be open to what it is that he's wanting to give her, because what he wants to give her is something in the material world, a real world offer of some kind. We've got Ace of Pentacles, and so interesting. So this could be a gift, but I think that it's a gift that has some kind of an intention behind it. And there's like, I saw another card last night that had the Ace of Pentacles, and it just has one hand, and it's like, I offer you my hand kind of a thing. And that's the feeling I'm getting when I'm looking at this card right now. But the Ace of Pentacles is it's wealth and abundance. It's like a card that often has green in it because it's like nurturing. It's like everything that the Queen and King of Pentacles, the throne that they sit on, and all the abundance that there surrounds them, that's where this Ace of Pentacles comes from. So this also could be something creative, a creation, like a piece of art or writing or music, or there could be something that he's wanting to present to divine feminine. He doesn't want her to guard herself against what it is that he wants to give her. The next thing that's coming up after the Ace of Pentacles is the Hierophant. And of course, it has to be stated that with these Ace of Pentacles, which is this real world offer, and the Hierophant energy, which is a card that is about marriage and legal contracts, we could be looking at the divine masculine wanting to offer marriage to divine feminine and become engaged. This could be rings. This could be, but I don't think this, I mean, like, yes, that's going to be there, but my sense of what this is it's a little, it's more than that. It's not just an engagement ring. It's like something much more to this offer. But it is clear that it has something to do with the sacred union aspect for divine feminine and divine masculine. This is also about having learned lessons. It's about faith, having faith that this offer will be accepted. It can be about past legal contracts and limiting belief systems, but in its current position in this spread and with the cards around it, I feel that it is actually really just about sacred union, having learned the lessons needed to be learned to be able to come into union, and having faith now going forward that this will work out. And divine masculine is working on maintaining optimism. If you are a Patreon subscriber and you were able to see the private link today to the YouTube for the monthly check-in, this Five of Cups came out for divine masculine as one of the shadows that he's had, that he's dealt with, that he's healed, that he's had a negativity bias, that he's been very much stuck in the past, focused on spilled cups and on his responsibility for how he hurt divine feminine and what he did in his life that made him unable to be able to approach her. And so he's healed these wounds and he's not carrying this guilt anymore. And we're seeing this Five of Cups energy in regards to divine feminine because he's being optimistic that divine feminine is going to be in the light traits of the Queen of Swords, which includes, again, is discernment, understanding, clarity, using her intellect, not being emotionally reactive. He's keeping faith that she's going to want to receive this offer, that she's not going to turn him down. We had the Five of Cups, and now we're regressing into Four of Cups energy, which is very interesting. But I think the only reason we're seeing this is because right now we are in a Four of Cups energy. We haven't been moving. We've been paused for a minute, and we're still in that place. But the reason for it has been so that Divine Masculine could meditate and contemplate on exactly, first of all, what this offer should constitute. He's had to imagine and create what it will constitute. What is a High Priestess, Queen of Swords energy going to accept from me, right? She's not going to accept a bunch of bullshit. So like, I have to really come up with something that's really significant. So it's about the process that's taken to be able to do that. It's about having to have filled this cup up also to be able to give this pentacle. And then the final meaning is grounding. If we're seeing the Four of Cups, which obviously is the cup of the emotions and feelings, but then clarifying this Ace of Pentacles, which is about the earth, the material, then this meaning of the Four of Cups, which is this grounding in nature, is about Divine Masculine finally bringing this into the material. He's been doing this. He's been grounding this offer while he's been in this pause, in this reflection. He's been basically bringing his vision into the material world. And then the overthinking that we have is interesting. We've got the Page of Swords in its reversal. And all I think we're seeing is nerves, just nervous. He's nervous. This is, of course, this, you don't know what you're doing. You pick up the sword and you just go right into the battle, like close your eyes and hope you're going to stick something with a pointy end. You are excited and you want to help and you want to make this difference and you want to make a change and you want to bring, you want to bring your all to something, but you're just nervous about it. You're uncertain. You're working up your courage to be able to make this proposal for something that is frightening because there's been potentially past commitments that haven't gone well. And, you want this to go so well. You desire victory so much and you're working up the courage to get this Six of Wands and achieve this victory and be able to have sacred union here in the material with Divine Feminine. So that's where Divine Masculine's headspace is. Okay, Divine Masculine, we don't hate that. Heart space is interesting from what I can see. Top of the deck, overall feeling of heart space is King of Cups, but it's in its reversal. So we have him reflecting upon the shadow traits of the King of Cups, which really the only shadow trait, maybe over feeling, because we've got that going on, is not expressing. And so to see this in its reversal is him really feeling this need now to release the shadow traits associated with King of Cups so that he can come into this full expression of this magnificent energy. He's also feeling very loving. He's feeling very compassionate. He's feeling like fears about having to protect others, but he's releasing those fears and worries, which is what is going to allow him to be able to express to Divine Feminine, which he must do in order to see the sacred union happen. The niggling feeling in his heart is the King of Pentacles in reverse. So we've got two kings in reversal energy, but the shadow traits and the light traits of both of them are so bright. The light traits of the King of Pentacles, of course, is solid foundation, protector, provider, abundant, creative, and his throne is the throne upon which the emperor sits. So this is like a very solid, powerful king. But when he's in his shadow traits, he's attached to the material, attached to his career. There's an ego energy that is a little bit out of control here. And we're looking at the rigid dictatorial control and the fixed status of the emperor. So coming into its reversal is releasing the shadow traits of King of Cups and King of Pentacles, both, so that you can come into light for both of those kings. He keeps getting this energy. Princess of Wands, which is Page of Wands energy. So we've got Page of Swords, he's working up the courage, and Page of Wands, he's really freaking excited. He's very, very excited. He wants this new love with this Queen of Swords. He wants this new relationship to start. He feels this passion to just kind of go for it. And he's like building, that fire has been building, and he's just really, really looking forward to a future with this queen who he respects so much. This Ace of Pentacles is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. And remember, I told you one of the cards just has a hand that's like, look, it just makes me think of like an offer of marriage. It's this card. So I didn't even know I was going to see it. But here it is, clarifying the Ace of Pentacles. And I think the reversal on it is because of what I said, that I don't feel that this is just an offer of marriage. I feel that there's much more to this offer than just an engagement or something like that. It's much bigger than that. It's something I think that will really surprise and delight Divine Feminine. That Princess of Wands energy, he feels she's going to be excited, but he's also has a little bit of fear and concern about it. Like, I hope she is. Like, I'm excited about it, but I hope she's going to be as excited about it as I am. So there's that energy. And then there's also the heart space really working hard on releasing any attachment to the outcome of this offer because of the awareness that the heart space has of this journey. So we're getting the Three of Wands, which is patience. It's also the pieces all falling into place and just having to wait with faith and trust that the divine has set everything up so that he is going to be able to have what it is that he wants, which of course, what happens after the Three of Wands is the Four of Wands, which is the minor arcana version of the marriage sacred union aspect of Hierophant energy. Then we have the Eight of Discs or Eight of Pentacles. So this is what he's been doing. He's been working really hard, creating something. Again, with that Ace of Pentacles, it's like he's got more in mind than Divine Feminine even understands. I think this Divine Feminine thinks she's, I think she thinks she loves the most. And Divine Masculine is like, yeah, no. You just wait. Like, you think you've expressed how much you love me, and you have no idea how much I love you. So he's been working very hard to craft this. Again, we're seeing this tree, this stability that's coming from the grounding of that Four of Cups energy. So there's something here about nature being connected to the earth, roots. It could be like the location of a place to live too, but he's being optimistic that the work that he's put in is going to pay off, and he's going to see this return on his investment. This Four of Cups energy that he's been in, this pause, meditation, reflection, and of course the grounding that he's been doing, he's been stuck here because of this Two of Swords energy, which has been that he has not really been wanting to make a decision because he's been worried that if he chooses this way, this bad thing is going to happen. If he chooses this way, he gets what he wants, but this bad thing happens to something else, right? So it's like he chooses to give up what he wants completely, and this person is wounded, or he goes for what he wants towards this person, and then these people are wounded. It's like a rock and a hard place kind of a feeling. So this is what he's had to reflect upon, meditate upon, figure out. And of course, this reflection on the past, which we saw happening for him in the Five of Cups energy, where he gets stuck, focused on those 3 cups that are in the Five of Cups spilled. he focuses on the 3 cups in this 4 of cups energy, worrying, oh no, what's going to happen to these cups, even though he's already had these cups. And it's this 4th cup, which is actually himself, because this is the self, this is the Ace of Cups, this is the cup that's being filled up by the divine. So he's really needing to choose himself and release this focus on the potential for what could come as he makes the decision, as he chooses to follow his heart's desire. But he's going to do it because this is the overfeeling. New beginning. This is working up the courage to go get to have his victory in his headspace, backed by the Fool energy of taking that leap, throwing caution to the wind, having this new beginning that you desire, and taking that leap towards physical union with the Lover's card here in reality. And then finally, this 7 of Cups in reverse, which was here for him yesterday in Grace Strega's reading. We saw that a bunch of times, and now we see it today. It's reversal because he's not confused. He's chosen one of the options. He had all these different ways, methods, feelings he was overwhelmed by. How am I going to go about bringing this in? How am I going to work up the courage to figure out exactly how to go forward? Because there's all these possibilities, all these potential outcomes. And he just surrendered and has made some kind of a decision that he feels is influenced by the divine and from his heart space to be able to have this Lover's physical reunion here on the planet Earth, which is cool. All right, Divine Feminine. Oh my God. Holy shit. Okay, Divine Feminine, top of the deck, overall headspace for you. It's the King of Pentacles in reverse, in complete union with Divine Masculine's niggling feeling. So Divine Feminine, the forefront of your mind is Divine Masculine. Now, when we see King of Pentacles energy, that usually indicates a specific iteration of the Divine Masculine. In the Field Tarot, there's a word at the bottom of the Minor Arcana cards that give you kind of a place like to leap from when you think about the energy of the card. And for the King of Discs, we have power. So in reverse, this is about Divine Feminine thinking about the power dynamics between her and the Divine Masculine energy. She's feeling powerless to him. She's tried everything she could do, but she feels kind of powerless to this energy of his. And so I think we're seeing her kind of release the Rose card, release her own ego, her own attachment to the specific iteration of Divine Masculine. This is what she's worried about. She's like, I'm powerless to a specific iteration. I literally can't do what it is that I want to do because I'm so niggling, back of the mind, bottom of the deck, curious about what the fuck this Divine Masculine is going to do. Like, he has complete control over me. And she's kind of irritated about it, even though this Page of Swords energy is also about curiosity. But she's deciding that she's going to be brave. Now, we were only looking at 2 cards, and both of them are over in Divine Masculine. So we're already starting off like it's just going to keep getting better. So, but we have Page of Wands in its reversal for Divine Masculine because he's working up the courage, right, to come towards Divine Feminine. Well, we see her understanding this. She knows Divine Masculine is working up the courage to come correct, right? And she's curious about what he's going to do. All right, what's he going to do? I'm curious. Let's see. She's also just deciding, personally, myself, I'm going to be brave and come into my power in this King of Pentacles energy and provide for myself as well. I'm going to pick up that sword. I'm curious to see what I can do. Not only just this Divine Masculine iteration outside of me, but what can I do? in my life that's going to be like this? And I'm curious about it. That's how she's thinking. And then just, are you ready? Okay. Well, the first card, the first thing on her mind is the Ace of Wands. So we've got 2 aces and then another ace. The aces have not left. We have had aces, aces, aces for over a week. So Ace of Pentacles over here, real world offer over here, Divine Masculine. Divine Feminine, first thing on her mind is her passion, her inspiration, what inspires her, what is how her center, the center of her heart. Which is interesting because we're going to see what the center of her heart is in a minute. But this is her heart's desire. This is what she wants. She wants to experience her reward. She wants to see her abundance. She wants to hear I love you. She wants to feel physical sexual energy. She's like ready for this. And she's curious about what this, because she knows what her heart's desire is. She's curious to see what this Divine Masculine is going to do to bring it. And she's trying not to be attached to material manifestation. This, again, with the King of Pentacles and this 4 of Pentacles in reverse, there's really a work on releasing attachment. We're also seeing her feel not quite stable. If her King of Pentacles is in reverse, then her own financial stability, it's like she senses the potential for financial stability, and she's having a little bit of like, I got a lot of stuff to pay for. You know, I'm experiencing this myself. I'm starting to book, like I've got my photo shoot set up or getting it set up for like my record, and I've got to pay like my session players, and I've got to like, I'm doing all the production, so I don't have to pay for that. But like, if I want to have extra mixing advice, or if I want to have somebody master, I have to pay for all of it. So there's a feeling I can do that, but there's also a feeling of like, oh my God, I'm about to spend this money that I like somehow have been getting steadily. And like, so she's still not quite trusting her foundation. And of course, this is a reflection of energy towards all things. So it means she's not quite trusting yet in this foundation Divine Masculine has been hinting at either. Got another page. So we've got Page of Swords, and now we have the Page of Cups. Introspection is what the word is on this card. The thing that I find most interesting, it really reminds me of the Temperance card from, I don't know if it's this deck or the Fountain Tarot. Who could know now, since I use so many decks? Like, I don't even know anymore. But one of them has a very similar energy. I think it's the Fountain. But there's one individual, a Divine Masculine energy, sitting in the water with 2 cups. Now, of course, this individual just has the 1 cup because this is the Page of Cups. This is true love. It's like very immature, kind of naive energy, just starting out, but it's very heartfelt, very heart-centered kind of an energy. It's goofy, it's awkward, it's sweet. So we see her feeling that because she's feeling her own immaturity in regards to handling love, this is what she desires more than anything, right? Her heart's desire is to have this expression of love, physical affection, sexuality, all of these things that are encompassed in partnering. But her own instability is coming from this sense that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I act like I know what I'm doing, but I'm just talking. I am a bullshitter. Like, I sound like I know stuff, but like, really, I'm just figuring it out. I don't know. So she's scared. Her stability feels a little bit, she's like, I think this is the right thing. Because this 3 of Swords we saw yesterday, in the reading with Grace Strega, which if you didn't catch it was super great. There was a lot of synchronicities in that. So you should check that out on my Instagram. Every Sunday I do that reading at a live collaborative reading check-in. And the Three of Swords in reverse is about having healed wounds. It's about the swords falling out, finally allowing for this healing process to be completed. And we see this clarification with this Ace of Wands that her heart's desire is to heal the wounds that she has so that she can remove the blocks that have been keeping her from experiencing financial stability and stability in relationships. And the next thing up we see is the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands in this deck is just a solid wall. It's not really a solid wall, actually. We can kind of probably, we'll be able to squeeze through there. But it's looking kind of like you shall not pass energy. And it's clarifying this Four of Pentacles in reverse. So Divine Feminine is like, I've been doing a lot of this work to heal these wounds, to unblock myself. But at the same time, this bitch is still not here, okay? He's still in reverse. Like, I don't see him. I don't make dinner for him or like wake up next to his ass. His physical one, maybe his 5D ass is there, but his physical one is not. So why am I still black though, is the feeling from her. Like, why am I still blocked? And we have Nine of Swords. And this is what she's thinking about over and over and over and over. I've healed my wounds, but I still have a blockage. I've done this work, but I still have a blockage. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm afraid. I am afraid that I'm going to fuck this up because I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. And I think Divine Masculine thinks I know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing. But you are matching Divine Masculine with your overthinking in your Two of Pentacles energy in reverse, which is how he is feeling in the back of his mind, underlying everything. The reason why you feel scared, the reason why you feel uncertain, the reason why you feel unstable, the reason why you're worried about this block is because since you've healed these wounds, your curiosity is piqued about unblocking yourself to receive love, and you're afraid of the choice that you've made. You're afraid because I think you've chosen a specific iteration, and you're afraid, what if I made the wrong choice? And blocked myself from receiving love because I didn't release this attachment to a specific iteration. But I feel my specific iteration in union, and I think that he has chosen me too. It looks like that's a distinct possibility. So let's look at Divine Feminine's heart space. Top of the deck for Divine Feminine's heart space is the Nine of Materials, Nine of Pentacles upright. So what's her heart-centered desire? Independence. Enjoying abundance, enjoying the fruits of her labor, receiving her reward. Now, for Divine Feminine, being independent, able to take care of herself, means she feels safe to be able to now come into an alignment with the Divine Masculine energy. Because for this collective, this Divine Feminine had issues with codependence, wounds regarding being controlled by an energy that had usually financial control over her, emotional control over her, whatever it was. So achieving her own independence and her own spiritual fulfillment has helped her to be able to finally become magnetic so that she can attract this abundance that she's been seeking. So Divine Feminine's heart's desire has been to choose herself, right? She wanted to choose herself. But in doing that, she is hopeful that she can attract this specific divine masculine. She's trying not to be attached to the iteration. She really is. I'm going to give her credit. But she wants it to be the specific one. The niggling feeling is that specific one is still in the shadow traits of the Knight of Wands. He still hasn't come correct. He still hasn't come with clear, direct communication. He still has not consistently and communicated. And there's still not stability, right? A Knight of Wands does not bring stability. A Knight of Wands brings fun, sexy times and then fucks right off again. Or, passion, celebration, excitement, and then like, bye, just kidding, not sticking around. So the niggling feeling is I have to choose myself because my specific iteration has been a little baby child. And while I'm curious about his potential, I don't want to get lost in the fantasy of that potential and then forget to reward myself because I am like just waiting for this dream version of this divine masculine who doesn't exist. The divine masculine that I have is this one. He's the Knight of Wands in reverse. Now, the light traits of the Knight of Wands are great. He's passionate. He throws caution to the wind. He sweeps her off her feet. He makes these declarations of love that feel good. The endorphins are going. They're firing on all the levels. Her oxytocin is high if they're getting to have fun, sexy times. I have oxytocin depletion probably. There's probably something like, I hope there's not long-term effects of a year without being hugged, but like the light traits of this guy, fantastic. But every person comes with the light and the shadow. This is the divine masculine that's sitting on this throne, at least in terms of action and experience on divine feminine's part. Divine masculine is actually not that energy. Knight of Wands didn't show up anywhere for him. This is a past energy for him. But remember, this is the niggling fear for divine feminine. He's still just an asshole. Like he's still just going to fuck right off again. There's the potential for that. He's still controlling and he's still inconsistent. So I got to choose me. I got to choose me. But fuck, I really want my reward to be the specific iteration. So she's stuck in that little back and forth place in her heart space. She's feeling very powerful though, because we have the magician energy and it is in regards to her heart's desire. So we feel that divine feminine is like, I can get what I want. Thank you very much. I can manifest this. I asked for it. It is given. I have used the tools in front of me. I have manifested what it is that I desire. And clarifying the Four of Discs in reverse is the 10 of Four of Pentacles in reverse, the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. All these cards with these different like suits names. And it's like the disc, the pentacles, the emotions, the whatever. But this is the Pentacles energy if we're looking at OG imagery. Both of these are in reverse. Without this solid foundation of her own, it is difficult for her to feel the potential for this 10 of Pentacles. Like she's a little bit worried about her really being able to have this. But the reversal on it is also about the reversal that came up yesterday in the reading for Grace Strega, which is releasing attachment to specific outcomes. Her heart space is urging her, just don't attach yourself. Expect something good, but don't have any details associated with your expectations, is what her heart is telling her. You have the potential for this foundation. You have the potential for this happiness. The only thing that blocks you from it is that you are attached to a specific outcome. Stop it. Stop. This Page of Cups, Two of Pentacles, This is who she chose, and her heart is still on the fence. She's like, girl, you're choosing a Page of Cups and a Knight of Wands and a King of Pentacles, and all that shit is in its reversal. Are you sure? Are you sure that this is the right choice for you? Because your 10 of Pentacles is still in reverse. It seems like you might need to choose an energy that's more in alignment with you. Her heart is urging her, because there's imbalance, because things aren't reciprocal. Page, another page. Can you see how we're at the start? We're at this new energy. This is the Page of Voices. It's the Page of Swords over here in Divine Masculine's heart space too, but in its reversal. Because Divine Feminine is no longer in a standstill. She's questioning in her heart space the choice that she made. But it was like she had to make this choice. The wounds that she received in her heart space from this Divine Masculine's inability to work up the courage to come towards her and give her direct communication. Her own inability to work up the courage to see the truth about herself, to really face that these wounds are self-inflicted in the end. This is what her heart is, this Two of Pentacles is like, are you sure about this choice? Because you're still looking at a Divine Masculine energy that is in Page of Swords in reverse and Page of Cups in reverse energy, right? And that Page of Swords in reverse is clarifying her heart's desire. So it's like, if he's not brave enough to step up, then you aren't brave enough to receive him. And so she's trying to work on that in her heart space, like working up the courage, just like Divine Masculine is working up the courage to come towards her. She's working up the courage to believe that he can come towards her and to believe that she's made the right choice, because it's her questioning her choice that is causing her this discomfort. And this is what is causing us to be stuck right here. This is where we're stuck. Divine Feminine, 5 of Wands clarified by 7 of Cups, 7 of Emotions. A lot of options you have, Divine Feminine. And your heart is like, did you choose the right one? Did you make the right choice? We are looking at, someone who's controlling. He's he's immature. He doesn't necessarily know exactly how to express his love for you. He's very wounded, and it seems like those wounds really made it difficult for him to be brave enough to come towards you. And so she's confused. She's like, I know all these things about him, but I have this fantasy I've created of this person and of our life together and all these things that I want for my future, and he's always been a part of it. And so I feel stuck. I feel confused. Like, why did I build this up? Why was this my heart's desire? Why did I even desire this to begin with? There must be some kind of a reason. And so she's seeking clarity from the divine to try to shed light on exactly which choice she should make. She's confused. She's like, if I made the right choice, why are we still stuck? Maybe I didn't make the right choice. Like, that's what's going on for Divine Feminine. Oh my God. Oh my God, the Ace of Pentacles. Stop. So, another Ace of Pentacles, and it's upright, and it's clarifying the overthinking. This is what she's afraid of. But this is what she's chosen. She's afraid of the choice that she's made. She's accepting this offer. And this offer, she's trusting. She's feeling is abundant, is plentiful, it's 44 minutes on the clock, I just saw, is worth waiting for. And this reunion, to be back with this partner that she has wanted to be with, that she's wanted to come into this reunion with, whether that's past life connection coming back into reunion, or if they've been in separation here in this incarnation and they're coming back into union again, whatever it is, Divine Feminine is afraid of the choice that she's made, and she's confused, and she's not quite certain if she's done the right thing. Divine Masculine, prove her right. Prove her right. Okay, let's look at the oracles for Divine Masculine. All right, you are in the shadow attributes right now of the poet, Divine Masculine, which is turns a lyric gift to negative or destructive effect. Yikes. So, come into the light. Expresses soul insights in symbolic language. So, you're somehow using words and in a veiled way of communication, and it's destructive. And so, or you haven't been using words to express. You need to express soul insights in symbolic language in some way. So come into the light there. You are in this pause. We felt it here with this Four of Cups energy and this Two of Swords. You're in this pause. Being in a pause, your guardian angel is here to support you in this time of reflection, and make sure that you are, while you are here, still here with a sense of appreciation and joy. Just be in a state of appreciation here in this pause and reflect upon the things that you love. St. Anthony of Padua is here to tell you you found it. So you were lost and now you are found. And Divine Feminine was lost and you found her. And you are supported in this, and you can celebrate this because you found what it is that you were looking for. Make a move. I'm not even going to yell at you. I'm just going to be nice. Move. Inspiration. This is Wands energy. This is Muse energy. This is Divine Feminine as an inspiration for you. This is feeling inspired and using this inspiration to help you move. This is two images of like a fiery Divine Feminine. This is your inspiration. This is your reason for moving. So get moving. I am unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. We got this yesterday. We're getting it again. You are unapologetic about your desire. Be unapologetic about who you desire and what you desire, and focus on it so that it will grow. The answers you need are coming, and this is that twin flame energy from Gemini twins energy. It is time to release negativity, emphasize. And with the Five of Cups energy, trying to be optimistic, we definitely have working on releasing that negativity so that you can have your heart's desire, because you can't have your heart's desire and be negative at the same time. It's just not going to work, bro. Creating heaven on earth, it is happening. And this is emphasized. Trust that this is happening for you. And from the Colette Baron Reed deck, the Spirit Animal Oracle, we are getting Koi Spirit's protection message. Sometimes I open right up to it, you know. Protection message. Are you feeling a sense of scarcity, afraid you will not have enough and not be enough to meet the challenges you face? Whatever your outer conditions, they are temporary and reflecting what was set forth in the past. Koi fish spirit is your ally in changing those conditions by transforming your inner beliefs about scarcity and plenty. Perhaps you have suffered a loss or are afraid you soon will, or you have been scraping by and feeling there are simply no opportunities available for you to better your circumstances. Koi fish spirit asks you to find prosperity within you by connecting to spirit through spiritual practices. Spirit wants to remind you that your natural state is one of abundance. Remember all that you have to offer so that you can generate your own opportunities, love relationships, and even more. Even if you feel you have little to give right now, find it within you to give to someone else. Even if it is just a few encouraging words, a smile, or a helping hand, your action will remind you that you have more than it appears: more gifts, more strength, more wisdom, more abundance. As you give to others, your own sense of prosperity grows, and your outer conditions begin to shift in an alchemical reaction. Prosperity and love are yours to receive, experience, and enjoy. Believe it. All right. The King of Pentacles in its reversal can also indicate that you are not feeling fully um, in your financial abundance. So if you are feeling that scarcity, understand that money is energy. And when you give energy, you receive energy back. Okay, Divine Feminine. You're in the shadow attributes of the servant energy, which is using the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward with life. You got that Four of Pentacles in reverse. Divine Masculine just got Koi fish spirit in reverse. We are definitely experiencing a little bit of that old energy of lack. And it makes sense because you're right about to up level again. And so you're going to hit a new level of prosperity. So the current level of prosperity seems tenuous because it's about to shift and change. And your old fears and anxieties about scarcity are making you feel a little bit concerned that you don't have enough to actually do what you want to do. But the truth is that as you invest in yourself, you will achieve your 10 of Pentacles energy. You have to invest in yourself to see a return on the investment. You have to tell the universe, I trust. For instance, this month, I wanted new imagery for my readings. I was feeling like this is last month. I was feeling like it was getting a little bit repetitive with my messages because the images were the same and I was sort of thinking of the same thing every time I saw them. So I decided to get some new decks. I bought myself 2 new decks. About a week after I did that, I received 2 new decks from people. So now I have 4 decks. And I'm getting a third one from someone, which means now I've increased more than I've invested into myself. So I see a return on my investment, correct? I told the universe spirituality, wellness, and uplifting that's authentic for me. And if I spend money on something that's authentic, I see growth. If I spend money on my fears, my worries, or my anxieties, I see depletion. So move into the light. Delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Don't worry about the return on your investments. And don't use the lack of money as an excuse not to move forward. Just be in service to others and open yourself to receive abundance because the universe provides abundance for its light workers. Wake up, Divine Feminine, or go get some rest. Seeing as I keep waking up every single morning between 3 and 4:30 a.m. And I don't mean like waking up, going back to sleep, although sometimes. It's pretty much just like, hey, did you go to bed at 10? Cool. You get to wake up at 4. Amazing for me. I don't know why I cannot sleep more than this amount of time, but this is my curse. So it could be that you need more sleep, but I'm getting a strong sense of wake up, awakening energy coming from this card. Look deeper. Look deeper. You're worried. Your Divine Feminine's really worried that she's not made the right choice. So she needs to look deeper for the source of those worries and fears. She has to question her choosing a specific iteration and potentially blocking herself from receiving other energy. You don't want to be stuck, right? You've healed your wounds in your heart space. So if you are stuck right now, you are stuck because your head has one idea that you're attached to. And you have to let that go and allow for this new energy. Now, the good news is your specific iteration, if it's reflecting your energy back to you, is ready for a new beginning. So the specific iteration that you're desiring is new. He is not the old thing. And when you reunite in the Six of Cups energy, you are reuniting in the fullness of each other, but it's a new version of one another. So look deeper, Divine Feminine, for the source of your confusion and your worries and concerns about having made the wrong choice. We're getting friendships. So this is a time to take a lot of comfort and solace in our friends, or build a community of friends around us if we haven't done that. I've worked really hard in the last year. Actually, I'm going to take that back. I have not worked hard at all. I surrendered, and then the divine brought me all of these friends. And like, it came through this community for sure. I met people like-minded who I could talk to about things that seemed cuckoo news to everyone else. And the people here were like, oh yeah, totally. Like, I do that too. Like every day, like, cool. So I've definitely worked on increasing the people around me that are truly in alignment with me, that I don't feel like I have to be like I'm fatigued after I hang out with them because it's such a challenge to try to like meet them where they're at. No, I'm really have a community of people that are like on the same page, reciprocate with me. And that is what you really want to take comfort in right now, either building this if you don't have this, or turning to these relationships if you do. There is also here a feeling that I'm getting about your friendship with the Divine Masculine, how important it is to you, how you keep thinking to yourself, I wish we were just friends right now. Like, even if we couldn't, be romantic, I wish we could just hang out and just enjoy that part of our relationship, because I know we are best friends. Like, there's no way we wouldn't be like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with you, you're my best friend. So there's a desire there to have the same joy that you have in your friendships with others with the Divine Masculine energy. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. So, because you can tune into your heart, this will be the thing that gives you the words to say when you need to speak up, the compassion for others when you need to forgive, and the power that you need when you are lost. I love the power that I need when I'm lost, because you got the power card in reverse, and Divine Masculine had an energy of I'm lost and it was found. And so it's like the love that you have is what has helped you find yourselves in one another, right? When you looked deeper at Divine Masculine, you saw yourself, and vice versa. Conclusions are within reach. That means you don't have to get up and travel to get to the conclusion. It's right there. We're getting an emphasis on devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. Now we got 2 cards with tune in, and we're on Tuned In Tarot. So love that for me. Tune in, right? Get a sense of what is going on in your heart space. Don't just allow yourself to, wander around willy-nilly. Like, why am I feeling this way? Like, figure it out, man. Like, look deeper and figure it out. I love this card. You're getting Pig Spirit. Use your mind wisely. Ooh, I love pigs. Pig Spirit appears to remind you of the right use of intelligence, a gift we all have that is meant to be used with love, compassion, and discernment. Intelligence means recognizing the value of intuition partnered with smarts and common sense, which leads to intelligent solutions. When Pig Spirit appears, You are called to respect your analytical mind and use it for the highest good, recognizing that all facts must be considered even when they do not fit what you know already. Spirit blesses us with wisdom when we allow Pig Spirit to nudge us into open minded, thoughtful dialogues, whether with others or internally, as we mull over our ideas and what we have come to understand. You are intelligent and capable of clear minded thinking, shaped by the wisdom you have accumulated and the intuition that will tell you when you have more learning to do, because not all facts are in. Now is a time that your decision making powers are reliable, for you are in alignment with Pig Spirit's keen intelligence. Cool. Use your head to counter these fears of the heart space. Did I make the right choice? Your heart is like afraid. Ooh. Calm down, heart space. Every choice is the right choice. You can't get it wrong and you're never going to get it done. And you're thinking like, oh, I made this choice and now this is going to happen and then I'm done. No, it's not that type of game, okay? It's not the type of game that has end credits. It's the type of game like Grand Theft Auto, which has an interactive map and infinite missions and you can just play forever. There's never going to be a time when you get it done. When you want to be done, then you make a soul agreement with yourself and you're like, okay, I'm ready to go. Like, however that's going to happen, like, hope it's nice, but like, I'm ready to transition to something else. Like, I'm done with this. That's a decision. That's a soul contract. That's a decision. I feel like I'm about to sneeze, but I feel like it's going to make me feel like I'm going to sneeze, but then I'm not going to sneeze. Yep. Love that for me. All right. Now let's go to the bottom of the deck. For the both of you, you are both in union in the following things. Happy to see this back in its light traits. You are in the light traits of the child, orphan child, which is independence based on learning to go it alone and conquering fear of survival. Saint Raphael, the archangel, is here and emphasized, and I think this is very interesting. Number one, I've been calling on Saint Raphael a lot, and I'm devoted to this saint, and like I work for him. And this, I have a box of archangel incense that I use to right before I do the readings, and there's a bunch of them in there. I think there's 8 of the archangels. And I have a pendulum, an angel pendulum that I use to help decide which archangel incense to work with that day. And sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's 4 or 5 of them. But this morning it was just Raphael. I didn't get any other pings off of any of the other incense. So he actually presided over this reading. So to see him here closing it out is like special to me. And it's a card that says healthful eating, but it's one about self-care, taking care of yourself. And its reversal, I think, is sort of this acknowledgement that's like, you really have been doing this. You really have been conscious about your eating. You've been eating intuitively, maybe. You've been learning about that. You've been thinking about how you treat your body affects your body. You've been engaging in really healthy behaviors. And if that's not resonating with you, then it's definitely time for you to do this and to really focus on this self-care. And also be confident that you are a healer and that you are called here to do that light work too. Psychic abilities. I'm really struck by this because my DM had a picture of himself in a coat with eyes on it like this today. So I'm like, what the fuck? Psychic abilities. You got them. You both got them. I have sometimes people will ask me when I do these readings, like, do I have psychic abilities or what abilities do I have? And I'm always like, bro, I can't tell you that. Like, the cards can't tell you that. That's something that you just sort of learn yourself as you build your trust muscle with your ability. Something happens, you head into the secular mind, which is like, that's a coincidence. Then it happens again and you're like, that's a coincidence. And then it happens again and you're like, that's a pattern. And then it happens again and you're like, wait, I can control that. Like, that's the development of psychic abilities, but you both have them. This is probably a call to telepathically communicate. It's maybe a confirmation that you are doing that you're like, wait, when I get these thoughts, are they my thoughts? Are they divine masculine's thoughts? It's probably divine masculine's thoughts or vice versa. So it's confirmation that this is happening. this is real. Like, you really are having this ability. And if people think we're wacky, fuck those people. Okay. Hold your vision. Hold your vision. This is your vision. Hold it. Hold it with everything you have. How do you hold a vision? You keep thinking, you keep focusing unapologetically upon what you desire, knowing it will grow as you hold on to it. Do not let it go. And Divine Feminine, your worries, your concerns, like, oh, did I make the wrong choice because I did it, blah, 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 blah. You did. Hold your vision. Council of Light. Divine orchestration. Helpers in the subtle realms. So, hey, you know what? It doesn't matter what you do. That's what Saint Raphael told me all those years ago when I had the vision of his 30-foot ass above me, hovering over me terrifyingly, yelling something at me. I can't remember. The only part of which I remember is he said I was going to be a healer. And I was like, I don't want to do that. And he said, it doesn't matter what you want. Okay, chill. So there's divine orchestration here. And you agreed to it before you got into the vessel and agreed to forget about it. So you're like, I'll do it. And the divine's like, cool. Pearl's up. Let's send her down. She wants to do it. She's like, yeah, I'm going to go do this. Then you go through the process of coming here and they're like, oh, by the way, you're not going to remember why you're doing it, how to do it, who you're doing it for, where you're doing it. And it's going to be really uncomfortable because in order to do it, you have to be like a cut above the rest. So you need to be refined through the fires of hell. And you're like, wait, but you're already here. So it's divinely orchestrated. Dragonfly spirit. Truth transcends illusion. And for the two of you to have been stuck in this 7 of Cups energy for the last 2 days, also this is 22 card, and I noticed this morning when I posted something that it was 722. And I just saw 44. So stupid. Okay. It's like, it gets dumb after a while. Like, I start to get annoyed at myself. Like, I'm like, stop seeing repeating numbers. It's who cares? But it's confirmation, right? Every time. So truth transcends illusion. So you've had the protection message of this card, and you've both have been stuck in the 7 of Cups energy. Like, I don't know what to do, and I'm confused, and like these illusions and these masks and these and hiding and da-da-da. Did you really think this world of the senses is all there is? From the hidden mystical realm, signs are being sent to you, but perhaps you've perceived separation and convinced yourself that you are on your own. Have you fallen into spiritual amnesia? Did I just fucking say that? What the fuck? Have you fallen into spiritual amnesia and forgotten your connection to a living, loving, always supportive universe? If so, rub the sleep out of your eyes. For Dragonfly Spirit is here to remind you of all the love and support available to you in every moment. There is an organizing principle underlying the events you've experienced, and Dragonfly Spirit can help you see it and trust that Spirit has your back. Let go of the illusion of chaos and randomness. Love is here. So follow the signs that appear serendipitously. As you pay attention to the magic all around you, you will know you are on the right track. I don't understand why I was called to do this job, but it fucking amuses me every single day. Because like, I was all like, I have to be a musician, and I worked at it for so long, and then I started doing this and it just happened. And I'm like, oh my God, clearly I was supposed to do it forever. Because how the fuck can I get that much synchronicity in this reading? All right, we're going to shuffle now for the goddesses to close out our reading today with this energy of balancing divine feminine to divine masculine energy. We have focused on God energy for centuries, to the exclusion of the divine feminine across most of the dominant cultures in our society. So, shame on us. We need to be balanced. And in order to do that, we have to balance in our heart space. So, put 2 hands over your heart at some point today. For 15 minutes, repeat the mantra, my heart is the heart of the goddess, and visualize any divine feminine energy, including yourself looking very fabulous, that you desire. Imagine that feminine energy, that divine feminine energy, and embrace her and allow her to have equal time in your heart space, right? Valid. And I just pull a card from these decks so that we can focus on different goddesses from different cultures and different times, and maybe learn about somebody we haven't learned about before, although we keep getting a lot of the same goddesses lately, but I think that's because they have messages for us. So here is Lilith again. She's a sexy goddess. Lilith is a Middle Eastern goddess of abundance, fertility, and fecundity, the giver of agriculture to humans, the first woman created, and the first wife of Adam. She refused to be subordinate to Adam in any way. She was like, bitch, I'm being on top. Lilith is associated with the owl, a figure of darkness and deep wisdom, for she is also a goddess of death and transformation. She is sometimes represented as a demonic figure, for her dark wisdom and her sexual energy can be very threatening. She is known to appear as a frightening figure in dreams. Lilith is associated with the lotus, and the symbolism of that flower tells us much about her. The lotus, an exquisite flower that grows out of dark, rank, decaying earth, represents spiritual unfolding and the blossoming of the heart of wisdom. Like the lotus, Lilith challenges us to look upon our dark side and incorporate it into our wholeness so that our great beauty can blossom forth. And never forget that Lilith was suppressed because she was sexually independent and free. And we can see the patriarchy starting to stamp down on that because, obviously the family structure was important at that point in time. So as it still is now, and we still navigate those jealousies and that ego. But regardless, divine feminine in her Lilith aspect is about sexual independence and feeling the power of that femininity. Hey, it's the end of the reading at 1 hour and 11 minutes. And I am now going to go have my coven meeting, which I am 24 minutes late for. I love that for me, that Pisces rising energy. And I woke up at 4 today, but somehow here we are. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. If you didn't hear at the beginning of the reading, I did release a monthly energy reading. It's about 42-ish minutes long. For Patreon subscribers, there is a link below in the description box, as well as a wish list of cards if you want to send me cards to see new imagery. Although I'm getting so many cards now, my head is spinning with the imagery, but I love it. So you can support me in those 2 ways in the description box below. Please like, subscribe, share. Let's get this message out to those who need it. And follow me on Tuned In Tarot to see when I'm going live. I post a time lapse with the songs that came up during Shuffle, which I didn't mention today, which is why you should follow me on Instagram if you'd like to see the messages from the songs, because I almost always forget to mention them, but they do affect how I do the readings. Like I carry the energy with them. And I think that's everything. Yes, I think it's everything. Okay. Have a great day today. I will see you here tomorrow morning on Tuned In Tarot. Take care.